I'm Dr. V. Mohan, Chairman of Dr. Mohan's Diabetes Specialty Center and President and Director of the Madras Diabetes Research Foundation here in Chennai, in India. I belong to a unique family because my father, Professor M. Vishwanathan, considered as the father of diabetology in India, was one of the first diabetologists to set up the first diabetic clinic in India, in post-independent India, in the year 1948 at the Government Stanley Medical College and Hospital in Chennai. At the age of 17, in the year 1971, I had the good fortune to join my father and help him in his practice and convert his hospital into a diabetes clinic and hospital. And this was the first such private clinic bar hospital devoted entirely to diabetes, perhaps in Asia, but certainly in India. From that time, there's been no looking back. And for the last 50 odd years, I have been working in the field of diabetes, initially with my father, and from 1991 on our own. I'm very happy that the third generation, my daughter and son-in-law, are also diabetologists. Now, the purpose of this video is to say that while diabetes broadly falls under the specialty of endocrinology, it is a separate specialty by itself. And that is the reason why we have separate associations for diabetes. We have the Research Society for Study of Diabetes in India, and then we have the Endocrine Society separately in India. The American Diabetes Association is separate, the American Endocrine Society is different. Every country has this distinction of having a separate association for diabetes and a separate association for endocrine. Now, diabetes, by its sheer magnitude, now all over the world, we have over 500 million people with diabetes. In India alone, we have 74 million people with diabetes, and this number is set to increase to some 125 million in the next 20 odd years. With this explosion of diabetes, several subspecialties have come up because diabetes is not just a disease of sugar. It affects the eyes, therefore we call it as diabetic retinopathy or diabetic eye disease. It affects the kidney, we call it as diabetic kidney disease, nerves, diabetic neuropathy or nerve disease. It affects the heart, can affect all the organs, can affect the sex organs. You can get impotence due to diabetes. So virtually from head to foot, including the head and the foot, diabetes affects every organ in the body. And therefore, you need a dedicated team of people to treat this disorder. Now, while physicians do treat this disease, for years I have been saying that diabetology should become a separate specialty. My father also used to say that, and for the last 40-50 years, we've been making a plea that we should have a separate degree in diabetology. And therefore, I was very happy when Dr. Nataraj Prasad was informing me that they have plans to start a separate DM in diabetology in Nepal. I would like to fully support this move, and I would be happy to be part of this venture because it's my dream that a separate DM in diabetology is established. Why do we need a separate DM in diabetology? Because diabetology tends to get buried in endocrinology as just one of those diseases which endocrinologists treat. Whereas diabetology by itself is a multi-specialty disease. In the olden days, they used to say no syphilis and you know the whole of medicine. Today we say no diabetes and you know the whole of medicine because it affects the entire body. And therefore, it's not just in biochemistry, physiology, or pharmacology of the anti-diabetic drugs that students need to be taught, but also about the eye, the kidney, the heart, the feet, how to assess various complications, the genomics of diabetes, what causes diabetes, and many other newer fields are coming in. Diabetes is a disease where lifestyle becomes very important, and therefore the role of a healthy diet, therefore nutrition, food and nutrition become very important. Physical activity, we must teach people what physical activity to do. The role of yoga, the role of pranayama. We know that all these are very useful in diabetes, but very little research has been done in this. And therefore, apart from starting the DM in Diabetology at Kathmandu as part of the College of Medical Sciences as well as the Kathmandu University. We are also planning to have a tripartite partnership with the IIT Hyderabad, where a separate MTech program in diabetes science and technology is also being planned. And I'm very happy that Professor B.S. Murthy, the present director of the Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad, is very keen to start such a master's program. And we'll be very happy to have as a partner Dr. Nadraj Prasad and his medical college and the Kathmandu University also as a partner. From our side, we are happy to provide the syllabus for both these courses, the DM in diabetology as well as the MTech in diabetes science and technology. We'll also be very happy to collaborate with you in research. Our Madras Diabetes Research Foundation is one of the largest standalone diabetes research centers in the whole of Asia. We have several scientists who are doing cutting edge research, and therefore the role of stem cells, the role of technology, the role of pumps, the role of continuous glucose monitoring, the role of epidemiology, pharmacology, and the treatment of drugs, making people live long and healthy lives by lifestyle modification and bringing in yoga, Ayurveda, and the integration of the traditional systems of medicine with the modern medicine and modern science. We call this as the triangle of modern medicine, modern science, and traditional medicine. If we bring all this together, I think we'll have a unique course, both in the DM in diabetology as well as the masters in the MTech in diabetes science and technology, which will be among the first of its kind in the world. And I'm very excited and happy to be part of this. And I would like to thank my collaborators, Dr. Nadraj Prasad, as well as Dr. B.S. Murthy, for forming this collaboration. And in the days and weeks ahead, I would be very happy to take this forward by taking the next steps to make this dream come true. Thank you very much.